I'm fighting it. Whew. Thank goodness for SAS. This probe core has almost none. Has almost no reaction wheels. But we landed successfully. Okay. It's going to be fun taking off because with this slow thing. But let's see. Observe the materials bay. And let's see. Moon's Midlands. I thought this would be Highlands. While they were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we've seen this one before. Let's keep this data. Let's check out what the mystery goo has to say. 50 science. That looks pretty good. We observe the goo. Okay. Now we need to take off and head east, which is this way. We're just going to go at a 45-degree angle here until our apoapsis gets to 10,000. I am really trying to keep this at a decent angle. I don't really need to worry about hitting anything, and you definitely don't need to worry about atmosphere. So I think I'm just going to burn prograde until our apoapsis gets to 10 or our periapsis gets up as well. We're 50 seconds from our apoapsis, so we're fine as far as that's concerned. I'm going to throttle down a little bit because this thing is getting harder and harder to control, probably as it loses fuel. Yep, we're almost got an orbit. Actually, we guess we don't almost have an orbit. We have 500 meters per second, which should be fine as far as... I mean, you need like 8, I think. I don't know how much it is to get home. Probably should have looked and seen what I had. But, yeah, we're doing fine. We're all fine here, thanks. I keep throttling down. I can't believe I'm throttling down on this thing. Even this little throttle, though, is perfectly fine. Like, yeah. I have to cut it because I've got my 10,000. And I could actually... Where's Kerbin? I could probably just burn all the way home. I'm about where I want to be. Screw it, let's do it. Let's hit F5. And then let's do it. We're going to clear this ridge, right? Yeah. Eventually, we're going to break Minmus' sphere of influence. Kind of want to watch going over that ridge, but I'm afraid I'm going to miss the SOI change here. Here we go. Now we're just going to keep burning until we either get a fortuitous encounter with Moon, or we're back in Kerbin's sphere of influence. Oh yeah, we're fine as far as that ridge is concerned. Still got 400 meters per second. Of course, the hardest part is... Okay, here's what I'm wondering if we can do here. No. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that fast forward that I'm positive I'm going to remember to do. 26 meters per second, that should be perfect. Or 26 meters per second, 26 meters. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick montage of all these probes here. Obviously it's dark, so the last thing I want to do is try to launch somebody. But I think I'm going to basically just do an orbit. And each orbit, I'm going to drop off a probe. I think that's a pretty smart way to do this. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to show you the highlights, and I will be back, I'll be back when I have a highlight to show you. Okay, I'm aiming for this little dot here. I figure if I can land here, great. If not, I'll get the ice lake, or whatever you want to call them. So, I've turned on thrust limiting, because you have to. Fairly pinpoint landing, looking pretty good, if I may say so myself. Actually going to kill my thrust for a second here, because I don't want to slow down too much. And, oh, come on. Now. This is potentially very bad. I'm going to take my readings, making sure I'm on the surface. Yes, Midlands. There we go. Let's keep this data. We might have to do another landing in the Midlands. Observe the mystery goo. Keep this data. Okay, now we are aiming like this. Actually, let's do this. Let's close these. And let's try to get ourselves... Oh, it's going to lit us. That is sweet. Maybe. Oh. There we go. Come on. I'm hoping that the action of the legs... I'm trying my hardest here to... Huh. Legs kind of bugged out a bit. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. So we've got a ton of science in this guy, so we're going to send him home here. So we've landed in the... I don't remember what this was called. I can look it up in the science archives, but... Okay, we are... Let's see. This is north, which is normally down here, so we're going to be launching this way, which is basically up. We're going to go at a 45-degree angle here. Basically going back the way we came. Nothing to worry about, other than the fact that my ship controls like crap. Okay, I'll be back when I start the next ship. Okay, I decided to come back to the science archives here, and I noticed that both of my ships were actually landed in the Midlands, I should say, which is kind of bull. I figured that one would be in the Highlands. I don't know exactly where the Highlands is going to be. But, yeah, so they're together, they're going to just return this data. Okay, this guy, I'm deciding to land. I'm going to try to land him right in the center of this area, hoping that this counts as Highlands. That's basically my goal, is to get some Highlands. I'm assuming there's Highlands. There's obviously no lowlands. So I'm using up some of my fuel here to get a nice... low area, and I think there might be a Kethane field here. No, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, if this isn't Highlands, then I'm going to give up on Highlands and just get 2 from the Ice Lakes. Or maybe 1 from the Ice Lakes and 1 from try to get to the poles. If this doesn't count as Highlands, I don't know what will. So we're just going to... If this is Midlands, though, this guy isn't worth returning. So we might try to land him down in that lake using very little fuel. Or something. I don't know. Assuming he survives this approach here. Yeah, we got about 100, maybe 200 Delta V to spare on these guys after they leave the surface and get back to a Kerbin encounter. So, assuming I can get down to that lake with only 100 Delta V, then things are going to look pretty good here. Let's see, we're looking at our orbit. Yeah, we got about an extra 10 meters per second to kill because we're going backwards. I'm actually going to kill... I'm going to get out a little bit farther here. Don't want to do it too much, though, because we are moving pretty darn fast. Kind of suicide burning here. Don't need the maneuver node anymore, but don't really have an easy way to get rid of it. Our shadow's right there. It's getting harder and harder to use full thrust. We are a mere 300 meters off the terrain, but we're only going 10 meters per second now, which is nice. We're going to try to not do what we did with the last ship. Which is fall over. Okay, full throttle. Come on, stop fighting. And touchdown. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. It doesn't want to. And another fall over. Okay, let's observe the materials bay. If this is Midlands, I don't know what to do. Lowlands. You know what? This makes perfect sense to me. Lowlands. This is much higher than the Midlands. Let's go ahead and keep that data. And let's observe the mystery goo and keep this data. Let's go ahead and try this again here. The same trick we did before. Which is to right him. It's hilarious that the landing legs are actually making this harder. Okay, well, they're making this part easier. But yeah, I can't right the craft with the landing legs up. Okay, so this high area here is the Midlands, whereas the low area was the Highlands. And I don't have a maneuver node anymore, but I have a maneuver node indicator. No bigs. Okay, we're going to send this guy home now. I think he might be far enough. No, he's not. He still has to do an orbit. Okay. So I'm going to get him into orbit, and we will, I'll be back when we're doing the next ship. Okay, I thought this was kind of cool. I've set up a burn with my third guy here that gives us a slight encounter with the moon that gets us a 27 meter thing. I don't know if it'll actually work or not, but who knows? I want to try it. So I'll be doing that. I am filling up this guy's fuel tanks because I calculated that this guy can get home with 10% of his fuel. And this is going to get him down to 17%. And that will fill up this guy's tanks, and hopefully that'll mean he can get to the pole. Because he has 1,600 meters per second, which is far more than he should ever need. I'm going to thrust limit here to our amazing 5%. So he is going to the pole, which means he needs to thrust way north and bring this way down. Not quite so north. There we go. I'm going to land him way up here. Like that. And that is 190 delta V. Yeah, I don't even need that much. I'm just going to do it here. Okay, we're coming down. Ugh. Always with the... I wish I had remembered about these parachutes. It's making this mission like 20 times harder than it should be. It's actually a very simple mission. This is a great way to get a ton of science if you balance your freaking landers. And you're going to fall over too. Of course you are. Okay. Poles. Midlands. Let's reset that experiment because we don't need that data. Now we need to roll you back up. I'm not even going to extend the landing legs. One nice thing about this guy is he has a lot of fuel, so I have no problem taking off, heading north a bit. And it should come as no surprise to you that I fell over again. Let's go and observe these materials bay. Highlands. I've been at the Highlands already. So we're going to reset the experiment. And we're going to go even farther. I don't know how far I can go, to be honest with you. Dramatic shot. Yeah, if this isn't the pole, I don't know what is. We are way, way north on Minmus. And we're also used up over half our fuel, so no matter what happens, I'm done after this. If this is Highlands, I'm sorry, we're just going to get no experience for it. There has to be a region that is the pole. At least put most of the brunt of that on my landing gear. Okay. Poles. Midlands. It's worth crap. This is worth nothing. I mean, here's Minmus. Here's Minmus's North Pole. Here's me. How much farther do I need to go? It's kind of crazy. Okay, that is north. And obviously it has to be north because that's away from the sun. I refuse. I would rather get this science and then not be able to return it. Okay, I have no shadow. All I have is my timers and my indicators here. I've got 15 seconds before impact. I have these nice rocks at least. I am 10 seconds from impact. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and impact. And of course we fell over. Okay, here we go. Last try. Minmus's poles. Look at that. Keep the data. So apparently you have to be really frickin' far up. Keep the data. I'm actually curious. I'm going to turn on latitude and longitude here. Altitude, longitude, and latitude. 86. Maybe you need to be above 85. I have no clue. Okay, we have 464 delta V. We're at the pole, so all we need to do is aim in the correct direction here, which is apparently towards this Kethane base, kind of. So it's this way. So let's go and shut down our landing gear. Let's get ourselves aimed upright. Oh, we're already aimed in the right direction. There we go. Going home with science. Okay, so we're just gonna head this way. Make sure we're doing this right. Looks like we are, actually. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to be doing here. Yeah, see, you know what? Executive decision. I'm just gonna go. Because Because we are heading in the right direction. Kind of. We've got 200 meters per second. I hope that's enough. We need 200 meters per second once we're in Minmus orbit to get back to Kerbin, give or take. And we're essentially in Minmus orbit now, so this is going to be kind of close. Yeah, now we're basically in Minmus orbit. Yeah, we should be fine. And then we got one more to land in the lake, and then send our guy home. So I think we're looking pretty darn good, because the lake landing is going to be the easiest one. That's why I saved it for last, actually, because I wanted it to be a backup for somebody who failed. If I had known that second one had landed in the Midlands, I would have put him in the lake. What are we at? We're at 100 meters per second left. I hope it's enough. It'll suck if after all that work, if I don't get an apoapsis here. I think this isn't gonna work. Oh, it's definitely not going to work, because it's telling me we have 0, although we have a tiny bit of fuel. I landed at about 15 meters per second, fairly straight down, but yeah, not enough to keep it from going. These landing legs are pretty strong, though, which is awesome, because otherwise this would have really sucked. We're still at the poles. Keep the data. Observe the mystery goo. Keep the data. So let's use our magical torque here to bring our ship back up. Come on. And I'm going to do a very cheap thing here. I am going to launch straight up. Until our apoapsis is at 10,000. And then I'm going to make an orbit when I get there that will be nice and, what do you call it, polar, obviously, but also always in the sun. And then I'm gonna do it the correct way. I'm gonna make a maneuver node. I'm gonna do all that stuff, because obviously I'm not good enough to plan these things on the fly. There's Kerbin rising over the south, something you don't usually see. I just have to thrust to the... I have to aim myself correctly and just do it. Okay, so it's not that way. It's this way. And then it's this way. And we are 1 minute and 33 seconds away from apoapsis. I'm going to do a quick test burn here. Make sure it's doing what I want. It looks like it is. Kinda. But yeah, we'll get in orbit, and then we'll actually do this the right way, and I will be back when we're landing on the lake. Okay, we're coming in for our approach here. I picked this nice long landing strip here. I'm aiming right around here-ish. Actually going to go towards our retrograde, not towards the maneuver node. Get that landing gear down, that useful landing gear. See, I'm teasing the landing gear by saying it's not very useful. It's actually saved me a couple times just by being present. I'm pretty sure my polar lander would have lost its engines. You know what's sad? I recognize this lake. I landed my very first Minmus lander right here. And then I brought a, I shouldn't say that, my first manned Minmus lander. And I had a car, and I drove the car all the way over here, and I got just to this thing, and I flipped it. Back then I thought Minmus didn't rotate, and I knew Kerbin was over there. And I wanted to drive up to the top of this ridge and get a picture of my guys. Then I crashed the car, and they had to each fly back with RCS all the way back to the ship. It was a good time. It was the best day ever. Bam! And we kept it upright. That's how you do it. Good job. Observe the materials bay. This better not say Midlands. Okay, lesser flats. Ooh, that implies there might be greater flats. Keep the data. Observe the mystery goo. Keep the data. And let's see, this way, so let's just go. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about my other ship because I had set up a maneuver node alarm, and that maneuver node alarm is gone now. I don't know if I missed it, or if it didn't save the alarm, or if the ship crashed in orbit. I'm a little concerned, but there's not much I can do about it while I'm doing this. All I can do is... Now he's still there. Yeah, he should have a maneuver node, like, right up here. I put a decent amount of work into that maneuver node. So I think I've got to get this guy into orbit and then go check him out. Probably should have done that before I tried to get this guy into orbit, but you know how I am. Everybody has a periapsis. Took a while, but we got it. One guy, though, is already orbiting Kerbin, so I got to find him and watch him because he's going to be the first one down. But I'm going to do all that off camera. You've seen ships land before. Okay, we're back. Really quick, I just wanted to show you here. We're at 283 sciences. So that's what we're going to get when we recover. We're just going to recover our 6 landed plane flights here. The landings went very normally. Nothing major. Let's just go to probes only. One. Yeah, I named them the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's recover the base. Yes, I want to recover the base. 160 sciences. We got 20 for the vessel that orbited, and then we got 140 for that. So that's pretty sweet. And then let's recover number 1. They don't have any specific names. I just named them as I got to them. 212 materials, mystery goo, and recovery of a craft from the surface. 37.5. Pretty nice there. Let's go ahead and done that. And number 2. 181. He gets a little bit less because he didn't. We don't get any bonus for the surface. Let's go to 3. Recover him. 125. Oh yeah, look at all this science. 1 science. Yeah, we're probably not going to get any more science for returning probes, but hey, no bigs. 175. Oh, 0.2. 175.2. And the last one. Yeah, we got no science for that. So there we go. 38. Oh, that's because we landed 2 on the Midlands. Yeah, I was looking back, and when I was editing the other one, I was complaining that I had landed on the Highlands. So I know that there are Highlands near the poles. I could have actually just taken that science, but look at that, 1227. That's almost 1,000 science we got just from that, which in my mind is pretty damn sweet. So now we're going to spend that science here. I'm still not going to buy any more plane stuff because I have purchased this, and I guess, you know what, is that all I've purchased? Yeah, because this is the default stuff I've got. All I purchased was a new cockpit, which really doesn't seem like all that much to help me in my plane endeavors. Yeah, and I've got this. So, you know what? I am going to purchase this one. This is going to be the first of my 5 purchases here. Extra stuff. So let's go ahead and research that. That's 1. And then I've got 4 more things I can buy. Oh, this is stuff for extraplanetary launch pads, which we're going to be building extraplanetary launch pads, which is going to be fun. More of these. I think we should concentrate on the science stuff, really, I think. Although more rockets are always better. Recycled. Oh yeah, more extraplanetary launch pad stuff. Recycle bins are going to be important when it comes time to do that, because that's how we're going to clean up our orbits. Kethane. We don't. Obviously, already got kethane mining going on up there. What's this? Parachute and more landing gear. Yeah, I think, you know what? I'm just going to clear out these lower levels. What's this? Oh, mobile processing lab. Yeah, we're definitely going to want that. So let's go. This is number 2. What is in here that we might want? Yeah, let's just go ahead and buy it. 3, 4, and then we get one more thing to purchase. And honestly, there's nothing I really want. Yeah, let's just buy solar panels for if we want to do an interplanetary trip. So there's 5. And we've still got 637 science for later. So now let's head back to the spaceplane hangar and make a new airplane. And you know what I just realized? This is the end of the episode. I'm going to actually come back to the spaceplane hangar next episode, and we're going to start fresh with all new stuff. So I hope you enjoyed watching me flail around and finally get some science. I am 5th Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.